In South Africa, the government has embarked on an ambitious course to unlock its ocean's economy through aquaculture. It plans to introduce a number of measures to draw more investment into the country. The government says South Africa's aquaculture sector is set to grow into a 242 billion industry by 2022. CGTN's Travers reports.
For many coastal fishing communities, harvesting wild fish stocks along South Africa's coastline has become a tedious exercise. That's because nets are just not hauling in what they used to. South Africa's Fisheries Department believes it has a solution through Operation Pakisa.
There are several support programs that we are putting in place to encourage investors to join our sector. Those programs include revising the legislation to make sure that when an investor comes into a sector, the legislation is enabling for the investor.
Saldanha Bay in the Western Cape has already shown a sustainable model in shellfish aquaculture for the oyster and mussel fisheries. The government will further boost this sector with its own Saldanha Bay Aquaculture Development Zone.
Those zones makes it easier for investors to come in the sector in a sense that we have dealt with authorizations, we have ensured access to relevant resources such as seawater. When it's sea-based, access to land has been dealt with.
The zone could create more than 2,500 jobs, with an initial turnover of more than $60 million a year. While it may seem encouraging, especially for the surrounding coastal fishing communities, some concerns do exist. There is broad consensus amongst experts that it is unsustainable to continue targeting wild stocks along the coastline. But creating aquaculture infrastructure along the coastline can also be prohibitively expensive.
The problem with the aquaculture or mariculture as it is called here in South Africa is that it's capital intensive, and most small communities cannot really afford to go into that. That's why there's insistence that the way to go is to leave some of the capture fish resources for their use rather than looking at options such as aquaculture. Of course, where possible, that is an option in terms of depleting or resources that are being depleted.
But the groundwork for a sustainable aquaculture sector capable of tapping into the global $242 billion industry has already kicked off. South Africa hopes to become Africa's leading aquaculture destination for the many years to come. Travers, CGTN, Cape Town.